guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Idera Onwefa, and if this is your first time on my channel, you're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Did I say that well? You're welcome again. And guys, I am a Nigerian YouTuber based in Lagos, and please be sure to click on the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you don't miss out on any videos that drops onto my channel. Don't forget, I upload videos every Tuesdays at 3 p.m. and Fridays at 6 p.m. So guys, don't miss out on the juicy content. Okay, so today we're going to be doing a get ready with me video whilst I do my makeup, and I'm going to be talking about when my phone was stolen on my way back from my friend's house, and how I never got it back, basically. And I'm going to be telling you guys this story whilst I do my makeup, right? So let's get right into the video. First things first, I have already applied my moisturizer, and then I'm going to go. If I'm looking at this face, it's because my mirror is here. So I've already applied my moisturizer, and I'm going to be applying my Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer. So that's it. So I'm going to be applying that, and then the story goes thus. So yeah guys, just bear with me. This is a little tricky. Yeah. So let me prep my skin, and then we can get right into the video. Now I'm going to be going in with my Nuban Beauty The Glow Liquid Highlighter. If you're hearing any noise, it is because I guess dogs are awake. So right into the video. So as I was saying, I went to see a friend. So for context, I used to live in Surulere, and my friend used to live somewhere on the island, right? And then we had already planned to see that day, but apparently I slept off. Well, not apparently. I slept off, and when I woke up, it was around 7:30, and then my friend calls me. I think it was even her call that woke me up, and then she called me and asked if I was still gonna be able to make it. And mind you, this was a Saturday night, I think. So she asked me, so I'm going to be using my Fraym Matte Velvet Skin Foundation. And then she asked me if I was still gonna be able to come down to hers. And I was like, yeah, sure. That should I start coming now? So when she said, yeah, I could start coming out, I then picked up my things, wore my dress, and stepped out. So I drove to hers. Everything was fine. And if you're not familiar with Lagos, in order to get to the island, you have to either use Eco Bridge or Third Milan Bridge. But at the time, I decided to use Eco Bridge because it was faster. So Third Milan Bridge, I would have had to go all the way to Yaba, and I didn't want to do that. So this is tough, guys. So I went and I drove to hers, and the journey was pretty smooth. I got to hers, we chilled. Oh no, actually I got to hers and then we decided to go to a lounge close to her house to go have drinks because we didn't want to stay at her house. So we decided to go to a lounge close to hers to have drinks, and then I think it was around 9:45 or so, or 10 o'clock, and then I told her I had to start going home. So the waiter came, we paid, and we just stayed for a couple of minutes, and then I was on my way. Home, and everything seemed normal. And then I drive, obviously. I drive. I know this story is boring, but it's going to get iffy very soon. And then I drive all the way, and then, mind you, again, if you're trying to get from the island to the mainland, it's either you take Third Mainland Bridge or you take Eco Bridge. So I was going to take Eco Bridge again. So in taking Eco Bridge, you sort of like have to pass through Ozumba Mbadiwe road way. Is it a roadway way? I'm not sure, but whatever. You have to pass through that road, and at that road you have many traffic stops, right? So now I'm just going to use my matte velvet foundation from Fraym again in the shade Nutmeg to contour. Yeah, so in order to get to the mainland, you have to use that road, right? So I'm driving like from where we were. I was driving, I passed like ShopRite stop, I passed also, guys, in order to conceal, I'm going to be using my Nuban Beauty liquid concealer. It's the same shade 43. I just have one new one and one old one. So yeah, in order to get to the mainland, you have to use Ozumba Mbadiwe, and I already passed like 3 stops. And then I think at the 4th stop, which is like the law school stop, I then immediately the traffic light says green, I zoom off, and on getting to the next traffic light, mind you, there's a police car parked just by the 4th traffic stop, right? Like they're literally there, and yeah. So at the fourth traffic stop, once the light turns green, I zoom off, and I'm almost at the next traffic stop. And then as I'm getting to the next traffic stop, I see that the light has turned yellow. So I reduced speed and obviously braked, or pressed my brakes or whatever. So when I did that, there was a car in front of me, but because I was driving so fast, and when the lights turned yellow, I didn't want to beat the traffic light, so I indicated and went onto the next lane, right? And so when I went onto the next lane, I then stopped. So I was like, so if there's a car in front of me, like here, and I'm driving, and then the light turns yellow, and obviously this car has already stopped or slowed down, then I indicate and turn to the next lane, and then I'm side by side with the car that was previously in front of me. So as I stopped, a few seconds later, I hear a loud ass noise, like something rammed into me. Like I just heard boom. And mind you, this was already like 10 o'clock, like maybe like 5 past 10. This was already past 10, and this was on a Saturday night. And if anybody knows anything about Lagos, Friday nights are always popping. Saturday nights are very iffy. It can be popping, it cannot be popping. So on this Saturday night, it was not popping. So there were not a lot of cars on the road. And then I heard a loud bang, and immediately, so my car has the parking camera or the reverse camera or the back camera or whatever they call it. So immediately I hear the loud noise, I put my car in park mode, and when I put my car in park mode, I see that the screen or windshield of the car that hit me was literally shattered. And then obviously I panicked, because in my mind I'm like, if the car that hits me is this shattered, then what's my car gonna look like? Mind you, I didn't even care if this was past 10, if it was dark. There was no street lights, it was dark. And so when I saw the impact, I then came down in shock, obviously, like, oh my god, like what's going on? So yeah, I then came down in shock, like, oh my god, what's going on? So when I saw that, so when I came down and then I looked at my car, so what has saved me that night was, what has saved my car from getting damaged, from getting severely damaged that night, was the fact that my car had this towing thing. So I don't know how to explain it. My car has this towing thing. So the thing that you can basically hook another car to tow it. My car had it, which was protruding a little bit out of my car. So basically, when the car behind me hit me, it didn't actually hit my car, it hit that thing. And I think that was what made the windshield shatter, if that makes any sense. So when that happened, when I saw that, I was relieved, because in my mind I'm like, because the main reason why I came down was because obviously I'm going home. I don't want to get home and have to explain myself that, oh, somebody hit me, my car is shattered, and I'm coming home. Like, didn't you even try to resolve it? Didn't you even try to like get what's it called? Get the guy's insurance? Obviously the car didn't have insurance. It was like all those Kabu Kabu. If for those that don't live in Lagos, Kabu Kabu is basically like a taxi that is rugged. So what happened next? So I'm there, I'm arguing, well, not arguing, I'm sort of like shouting at the driver. Mind you, there were like 7 guys inside this car that came down. Six or 7 guys. So when they came down here, in my mind I'm like, oh, okay, passengers now. And all of them were like, ah, madam, how you gonna do that now? And you let cross now, and you let break, and you let shaking it on. And in my mind I'm like, obviously if the traffic light says red, I'm going to press my brakes, right? So it's only ideal for you. And mind you, my brake lights were working. So it's not a case of, oh, it was impromptu, you didn't know that I pressed my brakes. My brake lights were working. So that happened, and I then noticed that someone was trying to, and that was where I sort of like still blame myself to today, that was the reason why it happened. I then noticed that someone was trying to open my front passenger seat, and then I go back to check my car. And then see, in this Lagos you have to be careful because everybody is not alright. I mean, no, the people that are alright in this Lagos, they're not up to 5, right? And then I go back to check, and guess what? The driver and the passengers were then trying to get my attention again. They're like, madam, kilo de gon, kini kon. So I had noticed that someone was trying to open my car door and gone, and then they tried to get my attention, to divert my attention from noticing what was going on with my car. So when I then go back, I checked if my phone was there, everything was there, and obviously I can't lock the door because I'm outside the car, and my car sort of like has central lock. So there's no way I could have locked one part and the others will not lock. I think my mistake was I should have pressed my central lock and then just rolled down my driver's seat windows so that when I want to get in, I'll be able to get in. And that was how I went back home, and I was arguing with them. So whilst I was arguing with them, there was this taxi. So the light had turned green, the cars that were initially there with us had gone, and then the light had turned red again. So new cars have now joined us in the traffic stop. And mind you, police officers were at the previous traffic stop and were also sort of by the side of the road at this traffic stop. That's why I said it's Lagos. It's only God that can save somebody. So I went no, I didn't go anywhere. So like I was saying, so a yellow taxi driver then pulls up beside me and tells me, madam, that this place is too dangerous. So he literally was whispering. He was like, madam, this place is too dangerous. So, he said this in Yoruba. He said, be biting le dro, pe e bosin moto yin ke ma lo, e bosin moto yin ke ma lo, e bosin moto yin ke ma lo. So at this point, I'm panicked because in my mind I'm like, oh shit, this is a plan. Like, this is not coincidental. Like, these people actually planned to hit me. They probably were following me and planned to hit me so that they could rob me. And then immediately the taxi guy said that to me, I jumped in my car, and immediately I jumped in my car, I noticed my phone was missing because my phone was charging and playing music. And I noticed my phone was missing, and then I turned to the taxi driver. I'm like, want to G phone me? Want to G phone me? Want to G phone me? Can you imagine? Want to G phone me? Just say, Madam, Emma Lo, Esha Maloli. So for those that don't understand Yoruba, basically the taxi driver was telling me I should leave the place, that the place is very dangerous. And then when I turned to him and told him that they had stolen my phone, he was like that I should not worry about the phone, I should just be going home because it could have been worse. So knowing me fully well, I start driving, and then I get to the next sort of like traffic stop or junction, and then there's like an eatery there, and then I parked, and then I told the guys there that, oh my god, and they just robbed me now, my phone is missing, can you come? And those ones to try to help me, blah blah blah. Well, not really, they didn't really try to help me because they just collected money from me. I think that day I gave them 5k. They said that I should not worry, they will catch the person, and that's how they used to do there. And in my mind I'm like, I still don't know. In my mind I was still believing Sha, and they were really trying to help me. And then yeah, so I drove home, and that was not even it, guys. As in, this night, I can't remember the date of this night, but this night was just crazy. Like it was the devil really tried it. The devil actually really tried it, because tell me why I'm on my way home and I almost have an accident. I said this night there, I was so shaken by the events of the night that I got home and I could not tell anybody what just happened to me or what had happened to me. I couldn't tell anybody. I just know I walked into the house that day and my mom, sorry about that. I walked into the house that day and my mom asked me, because she was in the kitchen, she asked me, what was wrong with me? I said, nothing, no. That's nothing, I'm fine. So back to the story, Sha. So I'm driving on the bridge, and so the thing about me is I don't know how to cry. Like, no matter how bad the situation is, I shall not find myself crying, because I don't know how to let out that emotion, right? So this day I was really sad. Like I was confused. Basically, I was confused. So I was driving on Eco Bridge, and apparently there was a truck parked on the bridge that did not have any caution lights and did not have any sort of indication whatsoever that there was a truck parked on the bridge, and the truck was parked on the fast lane. Guys, when I say in this Lagos, any and everything can kill you, right? So the truck was parked on the fast lane without any caution sign on the floor, nothing, like no indications whatsoever, and it was pitch black. As in, I'm saying this now and and I'm laughing, right? I'm saying this and I'm laughing, but that night wasn't funny at all. So I remember that the car in front of me, or the car way ahead of me, right? The car way, sorry, there's something in my eye. The car way ahead of me, I had noticed that the car was right in front of me. Actually, maybe like 3 meters away from me, 3 or 5 meters away from me. And I was, mind you, I was going at full speed. I think I was going at 100 kilometers per hour. And this car had seen, as in the car was so close to ramming into the truck. The car had seen that there was a truck parked there and literally swerved last minute. So when the car swerved last minute and I saw it, I was literally like close to the car. Immediately I saw that the car swerved. I didn't even know the reason why the car swerved, right? And backtrack. If I remember correctly, the car actually sort of like stopped. Like, so just imagine you're going like full speed and then all of a sudden the car in front of you like, and the person in front of you sort of like presses the brakes and stops abruptly, like you can hear the tires screeching. And then immediately I see this, obviously I'm not going to press my brakes as well because I was going at high speed. That's, my car was going to somersault point blank if I did that, right? And in order not to cause a multiple traffic jam or whatever they call it, I literally swerved into the next lane. So just imagine I'm going at high speed, and I see like the car in front of me brakes, and I just do this. And guess what saved me that night? What saved me that night was the fact that there was no car coming beside me. Like, if there was a car coming beside me, what I'm saying now would not be what I'm saying. I would have probably, because I was speeding, I won't even lie, I was speeding. Yeah, I was speeding. I would have probably hit another car and the impact will have been devastating, if not fatal, right? So immediately that happens, I just start saying, thank you Jesus, 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 thank you Jesus. I literally said thank you Jesus till I go home. Guys, this one I'm saying this thing to you people and I'm smiling. It wasn't a smiling matter, as in I don't think I got myself for a couple of days. Like, I don't think I got myself for a couple of days. So I get home and like I said, I couldn't tell anybody what had happened to me. And then that was initially Sha. And then my sister was like, so my sister came into my room after I had gotten home. She came into my room and she was like, she was trying to call me, and I was like, my phone was stolen. And she was like, how? Wait, how did it happen? Can you come? And I didn't tell her. I just told her, oh, I left it at the restaurant that we went to eat, and then we drove off, and by the time we came back to ask for it, it was gone. Nobody knew where the phone was. Of course, that was a lie. That was not what happened. And then that was how they stole my phone. And guess what, guys? I was so lucky because my bag was literally there, and they didn't take my bag and my wallet, because what happened was I was to travel for my graduation ceremony in about a week. So I was to travel for my graduation ceremony, and you know the way the UK issued your permanent, like for your if you're going to study, the UK issued issued us then a residency card. So instead of having a visa on your passport, you have a residency card that you use to enter the borders, right? And that residency card was on my was in my wallet. So if for any reason they had taken my wallet, I wouldn't have been able to go for my graduation, because at the port of exit there's nothing to show that I can actually enter the country I'm going to, right? I know the way these Nigerian people are. You don't used to hear anything. Yeah, so that was basically how they stole my phone. So guys, I'm just going to complete my makeup and I'll see you guys in a sec. I'll be right back. So guys, this is the finished look and I hope you enjoyed watching my story time video, and if you did enjoy it, please click on the like button as it helps my videos, and don't forget to subscribe if you're new here and you enjoy my content. Obviously, I'm going to put the products in the description box, the list of products in the description box for you guys, so you can recreate this look and share and tag me. Yeah, so hope you enjoyed this look. Thank you and have a lovely day.